Y'all know I'm always cold, but it's cold in Mount Kilimanjaro too, so I may as well wear this coat because you don't want to coat something like this when you go. This is for the black women. When I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, I could not find anything that was directly targeted to us. So I decided to make this for the black girls that like to hike. In particular, climb Mount Kilimanjaro. This is for you, finally. So I'm calling this the Insider's Guide for Black Women Climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. That's you. Look, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro was something that I didn't have on my bucket list. Why did I decide? So I met a lady. I went to a conference in Toronto. I sat next to a lady. She talks about climbing Mount Kilimanjaro. She showed me all her pictures and I said, by golly, if she can do it, then so can I. And so can you. As long as you got this stuff. That was the aha moment that turned my world upside down. Quick fact. Did you know that altitude sickness does not discriminate by fitness level? You can be as fit as you want. You go to Orange Theory, you do all the classes, you do Pilates, the bar, and so on. It doesn't matter. It depends on the person themselves as to whether or not they develop altitude sickness. So I'm going to get this out the way. My lip was swole, y'all. In fact, my whole side of my face was swollen from altitude sickness. I woke up and I shared a room. I shared a tent with we'll just say friend at the time. And I woke up like, what's his name? Clump, Mr. Clump from what do you call him? The Clumps. My lip was like, I was like, is my lip swollen? Does my eye? I was swollen. I'll show you, possibly we have a picture here because, hey, why not tell you the truth? It happens and it's okay. Around 65% of the people make it, summit Mount Kilimanjaro, while 35% have to turn back. I was one of the 65%. And after I give you these tips, black girl, you will be too. Most of them falter because of the altitude sickness. So when I tell you to take the medicine, take the medicine. Don't balk about it. I know we don't like chemicals in our body because we're so organic and all this stuff. Just take the altitude sickness medicine. It's 6 days. You'll be fine. A piece of advice, please do the Lemosho route. It's an 8-day route, 7 days up, 1 day down. That helps you acclimate to the altitude a little better and increases your chances of actually summiting. That's why you're there in the first place. I chose to go in October. It's a season where it's not too snowy and not too rainy. I think we encounter 1 day of rain. Obviously, if you're wet, you're colder. If I'm wet, I'm probably gonna turn around. I mean, if I hadn't been soaked by the rain, I probably wouldn't have made it, y'all. The rain, the hair, the cold, the people, like being lonely, it probably wasn't gonna happen. So go during one of those seasons, look up a link. I'll put a link down in the notes so you can see when the best seasons are to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. Research shows that climbing during a dry season increases your chance of summiting by as much as 15%. So timing isn't just comfort, it increases your chances. You paid for it. You paid for it. You took the time off. You may as well summit. Okay, what to wear? A scarf. It's not just fashion, it's utility. So at the last minute, when I had packed all this stuff and they told us to get a scarf, I was like, whatever. I had this scarf. It was the Fenty scarf by Riri. It was like a brown Fenty scarf. I just grabbed it at the last minute, and God knows I am so happy I had it because I really needed that scarf. A solar battery pack. I'll put a link to the solar battery pack that I bought. The solar piece, it didn't work so well, but the charge lasted for a really long time, so I didn't really need the solar piece. But you can put it in the back of your backpack facing out, and as you climb or walk or hike during the day, it will charge-ish. A trekking pole, something I did not take, something I learned, and there you go, free game. Take a trekking pole because that is important. You may be very fit. I consider myself to be moderately fit. The trekking pole comes in handy because it just takes some of the pressure off of your legs, your body. It's not that the climb is so steep outside of the Barranca wall. It really does help those trekking poles. Sunglasses. The glare, you are literally above the cloud once you reach a certain area. Please wear sunglasses. And I had on the cutest little, I'm looking for the sunglasses that I had on because I know I have them somewhere around here. They were cute. But they didn't shield me from any dust or glare from the sides. So I would highly recommend that you get sunglasses that, to a degree, wrap around or have something that goes around the sides of your eyes. I was cute, y'all, but it wasn't too functional. It worked. When it comes to food, make sure that you go with a company that provides fresh food every 4 to 5 days. What that means is that company pays for porters to actually bring food to the camp to refresh it instead of carrying all 8 days or 7 days of food with you. It makes a difference in terms of freshness and you getting sick and so on. I went with Kili, great company. Oh, also we had great cooks. So Kili, I would highly recommend. No, I don't have a partnership with them. I don't get anything, but Kili, exactly what it sounds like. Diamox is the medicine that you want to make sure that you take. Diamox. You can get it prescribed from your doctor before you go. Take the medication. Don't argue. Just take it. Now, they test your oxygen level every day, every night when you're on the trail, because if your oxygen level drops too low, you have to stay back or you may have to turn around. I take liquid chlorophyll religiously every night and every morning, and I doubled up on my dose when I was there. Liquid chlorophyll increases your red blood cell count and it allows you more oxygen so that you're able to climb, and a less likely chance for you having altitude sickness. I highly, highly recommend the brand of liquid chlorophyll that I'm going to put down in the notes. Pain medicine. I took Excedrin. Now, there were people on the trail. They had their own little pain things going on. They had like narc level pain medicine. I took Excedrin. It worked great for me. Absolutely. It had a little bit of caffeine, so it gives you a little kick. But also, Excedrin is just a great medicine, pain medicine to have. Water. On summit night, you want to make sure that you turn your water bottle, your Nalgene, upside down so it won't freeze. If you have the Camelback, that cord that you put into your mouth when you're summiting or when you're walking for 6 to 7 hours during that final summit, when your toes freeze, it's probably going to freeze and you won't be able to drink it. You get dehydrated really, really fast. That makes you get tired, may have to turn around, get sick. So you want to make sure you turn that Nalgene upside down. And I would say I put boiling water in mine. Generally, I like hot or warm water, so it doesn't bother me at all. Hydration packs. I'll put a link to the hydration packs that I brought, but bring those hydration packs because the filtered water is not what you would get out of your Brita filter, but it's okay. Just bring your hydration packs. Sleeping pills. Ambien, if you take it, like, get off of that stuff before you go. It's not worth it. I don't know what the altitude and all that stuff does with it, but there was someone on our trip who took Ambien because he couldn't sleep because his partner or whoever he was with, they snored at night. So they took some Ambien. It was not pretty. They were way behind us, groggy and so on. Just don't take it. Feet and footwear. I really like this part. I did a lot of research. I'm cutting out the research for you. La Sportiva. You can order it online. I'll send you the link to where I got mine from. La Sportiva is called mountaineering as opposed to hiking shoes. Very important. Camp shoes. So I didn't take camp shoes. Nothing to wear around the camp when you have to camp at night. Many people had hookah. I didn't have anything. I wore my boots. I wore my boots to sleep damn near because it was cold. I wore my boots to hike, but the La Sportiva brand that I had was so comfortable. It didn't bother me at all. Whereas everybody else was looking at me like I had 3 breasts. You don't have boots? You don't have camp shoes? I'm like, yeah, well, I'm good. My boots are so comfy. Preparation. I love to jump rope. Before I went, I really prepared with my La Sportivas. So I jumped rope in them. I walked in them. I walked around the house in them. I walked around the park in them. I did everything that you would normally do just to get my feet acclimated. And so perhaps that's why I kind of liked them at the camp. It was great. Oh, yeah. Okay. Trim your toenails and make sure you bring a nail brush so you can brush under your nails because they get super, super dirty as you are hiking in the dirt. Let's see. Gold bond powder. I use some gold bond powder in my socks. So you'll have a layer of like silk hiking socks, and then you'll have wool socks. Use gold bond powder there to keep you from sweating, rubbing, blisters, so on and so forth. You won't change your socks every day, and it's okay. You have to be okay with it. The gold bond powder will be fine, but go with it. It's cold all the time. Take hand warmers. Use your hand warmers as foot warmers, as I found that the foot warmers didn't work so well. Put those hand warmers in the bottom of your sleeping bag liner so you can be comfortable with your toe. My feet get real cold. My fingers. I wanted to be comfortable, so I put my hand warmers in the bottom of my sleeping bag liner every night. And I was comfortable. Oh. Your face. Listen, black people, black girl. You need sunscreen. I buy Trader Joe's 40, I think it's SPF 40 clear sunscreen for black girls, or well, it doesn't say for black girls, but it works for us really, really well. Take the sunscreen, put it on, layer it, like a lot of it, throughout the day several times. Also put it on your hands and use some SPF use your chapstick with SPF because your lips will be black. And you know what black lips are associated with. Just use some chapstick with some SPF. We already talked about swelling. You might swell. It's okay. Alrighty here. Oh, moisturizer. Make sure you moisturize. It's dry. Real dry. When we think of Africa, we probably don't think about Africa in terms of being cold and dry. It's cold and dry up there on that mountain. It's different. It's a different climate, different altitude. This is the hard part, and I don't want to scare you away from this. The toilet. So they carry the toilet. It's like a bucket-ish. They carry the toilet as you trek up, and you're like, in order. So you're peeing and all your bio stuff is in the bottom of this bucket. And you have to use this plunge-like action on this lever to flush it every time you use it. And it's dirty. It's real dirty. So take you some wipes, those dude wipes, D-U-D-E, dude wipes, right there, up there. Take those dude wipes with you. You only need 1 pack. You don't need a ton of them. I still have some left. And wipe the toilet before you use it. Wipe the handle. Sanitize your hands and let the rest go. Don't even think about it. It's psychosomatic. It's mental. Just know it's nasty. You're nasty. It's gonna be nasty. Oh, don't forget to go out at night. At night, it is extremely beautiful and you're really close to the sky. See the stars, watch the stars. You won't regret it. It's cold. So make sure you have your coat on, but go out and gaze at the stars at least once, twice at night when you're in camp. My nose, it always runs. It's probably running out. I don't know if it's allergies or what it is, but make sure you take a lot of those little napkins in the Kleenex napkins in the little packages so you can have them in your pocket so you can wipe your nose. When I'm doing strenuous activity, my nose runs. I don't know about yours, but keep something so that you always have it. Also, when you're walking the trail, you don't have that nifty little toilet that you can plunge up and down. Like, you out there, you in the wilderness. You gotta go behind a rock, literally. So those napkins that you use for your nose will come in handy when you have to go and, use them for a bio break. Snacks. Take snacks for you. Take snacks for the team. Cliff Bars, M&Ms, Skittles. They come in handy as little things that give you energy along the route. I also took Zip Fizz. You can find it at Costco. I think you can also get it from Amazon. Zip Fizz gives you a little bit of energy, some vitamin B, some hydration, and it came in handy for me. Yoga. Do yoga at night. When you finish climbing, do some yoga, stretch yourself out. It'll be nice. Capture some footage. The last part is your emotions. When you're on that mountain and you climbing, and especially if you're going alone, you're not taking one of your girlfriends, it can be lonely. You are with different cultures, and we find ourselves with different cultures a lot, right? But when you have 7 full days in the wilderness alone with people that are unlike you, you can't even do the head nod with, because you have the folks that you're climbing with, and they're diverse from all different backgrounds. But then you also have those who are from Africa, and the culture is different from ours. And you see all these people that look like they could be your brothers, sisters, cousins, and they're servicing you with clothes or shoes that may not be suitable for the environment. The way that it impacted me, it's not something that I found on the internet. No one told me about it. No groups talked about it. The Facebook groups that you're in, Reddit groups. But it impacted me in such a way that it made me question, why me? Why am I here? But for God, there go I, right? I knew that it was something that I wanted to do and that I wanted to summit this mountain, but the mixed emotions from these people that are here at my beck and call to serve me versus my position, my privilege versus theirs, it was a lot. So take a journal every night, several times, use your phone, and just know that once you summit, all of those emotions that you kept at bay, when you're coming down, literally all of them came out. It was like a major release, good, bad, and different. I was messed up for about a day. I could say more about that possibly, but I'm gonna leave it there and let you figure it out, how to process those emotions. So these are the things that you will need when you hike Mount Kilimanjaro, when you summit Mount Kilimanjaro, and that's 65% of success.